In 2008, I watched Robert Zemeckis' The Polar Express for the first time. I actually watched it 3 times that year. I'm not sure why. Maybe it's the naturally soothing sound of Tom Hanks.
Why, to the North Pole, of course! This is the Polar Express!
Maybe it's because Netflix wasn't really a thing yet, and ITV2 was. Maybe it's the dead eyes of motion capture children that lulled me into a hypnotic trance of viewing. Since then, I've watched The Polar Express every year at Christmas. It was the first feature film made entirely with motion capture. There are moments where you can really feel Zemeckis using the technology to push and pull the form. The single take of a golden ticket travelling alongside the train becomes a short film in itself, and could never have been made in the real world. There are also moments where Zemeckis seems to have woken up from a mulled wine-induced fever dream, resulting in a mo-capped singing elf played by Steven Tyler from Aerosmith, the inclusion of the flux capacitor from Back to the Future, and the fact that at the start of the film, a child willingly boards a stranger's vehicle in the middle of the night. When I watched the film this year though, something I had noticed before but never really thought about is the fact that Tom Hanks also voices the lead character through narration.
On Christmas Eve, many years ago, I lay quietly in my bed and did not rustle the sheets. I breathed slowly and silently. I was listening for a sound I was afraid I'd never hear. The ringing bells of Santa's sleigh.
At the beginning of the film, our hero is questioning his faith in Santa, a reality that he, up until this point, has always believed to be true. He then falls asleep, wakes up, and boards the Polar Express. On the Polar Express, he meets a conductor, a hobo, and eventually Santa Claus himself, who are also voiced by Tom Hanks. This plays into the not-so-subtle idea that the events of the film are a dream, as the boy's consciousness, Hanks, voices the other pivotal characters, that all contribute to our hero's journey of faith and eventual belief. However, to understand the end of the Polar Express, first we must understand Inception. People often compare Christopher Nolan's Inception with Satoshi Kon's 2006 film Paprika. But what about the Polar Express, released in 2004 and based on a book published in 1985? Both feature snowy, action-packed landscapes and a significant lowering of the speed of time. Crucially, we can use the ending of Inception to gain a deeper understanding of the Polar Express. In Nolan's film, we learn that in dreams we can transport ideas into reality. This is the titular process, Inception. But we are also shown the idea that for some people, this twists their reality and they end up preferring the life of the dream.
You know how to find me. You know what you have to do.
Come the end of the Polar Express, our hero wakes up from his dream on Christmas morning believing in Santa again. Has he, in a way, incepted himself? Zemeckis' ending is unclear. It's muddled in a haze of fairy lights, and with each viewing, a more complex, shadowed idea emerges instead, that for our hero, reality is too much pain. In the final moments of the film, it's clear. Like Dom Cobb from Inception, he forgoes the certainty of reality and accepts the comfort and ambiguity of faith.